Yeah, if somebody can tell me how you keep the motor and the pump running on this to bleed it. Um, the old Beckett over here that was in the other boiler that they NYT sent me a whole new boiler after 2.5 years because I got a crack in the firebox. And they just sent me a whole unit, and I still got the old one. And the Beckett, you just flipped a switch on the control, and it would stay running with the pump engaged until you got it bled out. This one here, it's a Reillo BF5, and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on this one guy there doing service work on these, and he says, oh, you just jump terminal, in his video he says you jump terminal 5 and 6. Well, that only engages the, starts the motor. It doesn't start the, it doesn't pull the magnetic valve in to start pumping oil. And when you get it started by pushing the button there to get it going, the motor runs for about 15-20 seconds, and then the pump will engage, and it'll only stay engaged for about 4 seconds, and it doesn't see fire, so it kicks it out. And there's no way of getting a flashlight in there or nothing. As you'll see in the video coming ahead here, it's all enclosed, and if you do take one of the parts open where there's 2 screws, it will not engage at all the pump. The motor will run, but the pump will not engage when I got that side cover over where the adjustment is to set the setback on the nozzle. If you take that cover off to shine a light in there, it on the fire eye there on the sensor, it will not pump oil. And so I'm trying to figure out how you set this so that it'll continuously run the pump while you bleed it out, because every time I have to bleed this, it takes about 40 or 50 tries before it finally it'll finally bleed out. Because like I say, when the pump kicks in, it only runs about 4 or 5 seconds, and then it doesn't see the fire, so it kicks it out. There's got to be a way to do it. Like I say, I've taken the control box off, jump terminal 5 and 6. That one runs the motor. You look at the other wires where they are. No matter which way I've tried to jump them, it doesn't engage the pump on the other wires to the magnetic coil for the valve there on the pump. So if somebody can tell me how I can bleed this with it to stay engaged, pumping the pump, because like I say, the cutout on it without it seeing fire only runs 4 or 5 seconds, and then it kicks out, and you got to wait for it to reset, and then you got to hold the button in for a long time. I've tried holding the button in for like 30 seconds, thinking that it'll trip it into a mode to run longer with the pump engaged. I've tried it where hold it in for a whole minute and a half, thinking that might cause the kick it in so the pump runs longer. But the motor runs for like got a good 45 seconds or longer before the pump even engages. It's brand new. It's only been used last winter. Well, actually not last winter. I wasn't here last winter. I was away all last winter. So anyway, that's the story on that. If somebody can tell me how you can keep that pump engaged to bleed it without having to go through 40-50 cycles holding it into reset. Okay, thank you. I don't know. This is that Reillo BF5. I used to have in the other boiler, I used to have that Beckett burner right there. But the NYT burner, other NYT boiler I had, the firebox burnt out in it, got a crack inside the firebox. I think it was about 2.5 years after I got it. And I took a picture, I took the burner out, I took a picture inside, and the firebox was cracked. And I took a picture of it, and I sent it to the manufacturer. And they sent me a whole new boiler, complete, but with this Reillo burner in it. The other boiler had that there Beckett burner in it there. I think it was a Beckett. I can't see what it was. Yeah, and it has a switch on it. When you got to bleed it, you just flip the switch and you started it, and it would run until it would bled out. This thing, I can't get any straight answers how to keep it running. There's no bypass, and there's no way of getting a light to shine in there on the sensor light. One YouTube video says jump terminal 5 and 6. Well, that only runs the motor. That doesn't engage this magnetic valve to start the motor. So the delay on it, once you get it going, it only runs for a couple of seconds and then it kicks out. And there's got to be a way to get the darn thing to continue to run, but it won't. I've tried everything possible. You got to do this like 50 times. You hear the motor kick in. See, it only gave me one. So that only gave me one little burp, and then it kicked out right away. I've already done it about 35 times already, and it's not giving me nothing. I get one little bleep out of it, you know, and I have to sit here half the night trying to get the darn thing bled. Now we got it fired up, get it to beat out a little bit. Fuel out there just burning. As long as I got a fire in there that's burning, I'll put it all together. Shut it off. It's burning now. But no, if somebody can tell me how you keep this burner running, would be grateful, because it's a pain in the butt. I've never seen a burner like this. All the Becketts I've that I've done in the past years, they got a switch on there. You just flip it and it'll stay in the bypass mode to keep the motor running until it goes, until it bleeds out. This thing here, there's no bypass switch on it. There's nothing. And I've taken the control box off, and and these darn screws, I only have one left that's working, that's not stripped, and I've never tightened them up tight or nothing. They just, I think right from day one there wasn't much thread in there. So out of 4 screws, I only got 1 screw that's really actually holding anything. And this one here, you can just keep turning and turning forever, and the bottom 2 can do the same thing. Sometimes I can get this one to catch a little bit, but it's aluminum, and I'm not going to tighten up. But anyway, that's got to bring them, come all the way up to temperature yet. You know, I thought, you know, if you flip this little doohickey on the coil, that it would kick the burner in, but no way. Nothing seems to kick it in no matter what I do. There's a direct vent outside, and yeah, so they sent me a brand new boiler. I still got the old one, but it's got a crack in the firebox. Okay, adios, have a great day.